The drenched high school girl standing before him had shown up at the male lead's home with ulterior motives. His grandfather, mistaking her for the boy's friend, invited her inside. Just then, the male lead returned home, and as luck would have it, his grandfather had to step out on an errand. Before leaving, he mentioned to his grandson, "Your friend is in the bathroom," leaving the young man utterly bewildered. After all, his only friend, Misa, had a part-time job that day. After a moment of deliberation, the male lead concluded that the person in the bathroom must be a suspicious intruder. Determined, he charged towards the bathroom. Unexpectedly at the moment he opened the door, what met his eyes was actually a girl. When she heard him refer to her as a child, she flew into a rage. But in her fury, she lost her footing and tumbled to the floor. The two stared at each other in stunned silence before a deafening scream pierced the air. Afterward, the male lead hurriedly apologized and asked her why she had come. The girl, named Juju, lowered her eyes shyly and said, "You're the one who makes these clothes, right?" Suddenly, it all clicked for him. She had come to learn about the Hina Ninjio craftsmanship. As usual, the male lead began recording the visitor's information. At this point, he still didn't know her online username was Juju. He simply thought she shared his interest in dollmaking. Delighted, he took her on a tour of his workshop. Although Juju was somewhat confused, she couldn't help but marvel at the beautiful dolls. The male lead, equally pleased, enthusiastically explained each piece. Suddenly, Juju asked, "Why are we looking at dolls?" The boy was taken aback. This was, after all, a shop that sold them. Juju quickly clarified that she was referring to the clothing in the pictures she had seen. It turned out she had come to request a custom-made cosplay outfit. However, the male lead explained that he didn't actually sell such items. Feeling dismissed, Juju was extremely furious and thus threatened him, "If you don't want me to call the police, you'll make the clothes for me." Curious, the male lead asked how she had found his shop. Juju explained that she had seen pictures posted online by Misa. Wanting a closer look at the costumes, she had followed Misa to a comic convention. After learning that he was the one behind the outfits, she had tailed him home, hence how she knew where he lived. It seemed a man skilled at making clothes was indeed in high demand. Just then, Misa, having finished her part-time job, stopped by for a meal. To her astonishment, she recognized Juju instantly. Frenzied with excitement, she rushed toward Juju, lavishing praise upon her idol. After a long, excited outburst, Misa finally calmed down. It turned out Juju wanted to cosplay as Cheyenne, a character from an anime, but couldn't find a suitable outfit on the market, hence her request for a custom-made one. Coincidentally, Misa was also a huge fan of Cheyenne and expressed great excitement about Juju's cosplay plans. Noticing Cheyenne keychains dangling from Misa's bag, Juju asked why she didn't cosplay as Cheyenne herself. Misa explained that due to her height, cosplaying Cheyenne would feel incongruous. She loved the character too much to tarnish the image. Surprised by Misa's principled stance despite her seemingly carefree demeanor, Juju reflected that it mirrored her own approach to cosplay. She felt ashamed for having misjudged the situation earlier. As it was getting late, Juju prepared to leave. She asked for the male lead's contact information, assuring Misa she would only discuss clothing-related matters to avoid any misunderstanding. Apparently, Juju had assumed the two were a couple. The male lead, blushing deeply, loudly exclaimed that he had never been in a relationship. Realizing her mistake, Juju promptly apologized, while Misa seemed to be lost in a romantic daydream. Suddenly, Misa had an idea. She could cosplay as Cheyenne's older sister, Niato, and hoped to perform a cosplay skit with Juju. But before she could finish, Juju flatly refused.